Bronwyn, the next stock on our list.
Raubex was established in 1974 by Koos Raubenheimer, and the company focuses on infrastructure development that operates across Africa.
And is based in Bloemfontein. Wow, I think that's the
They
only
have
company.
many companies based in Bloemfontein.
Raubex, called Raubex because Mr. Raubenheimer, he is in fact in retirement mode, I think. The family still has, I think, about a 40% stake in the business. One of his sons is an executive director, but really it's done very well. In amidst a lot of wipeouts in this industry, they have in fact soldiered on quite well and maintained good margins.
Market cap, 4.6 billion rand, PE ratio of 10.9, dividend yield here of just over 3%. As we've done with all the other stocks, let's look at an opening share price graph. And again, it says everything that we need to say.
And again, I think it was in February when we said we'll tentatively go hot, and I think it's a 58% return from there. So I mean, we've done okay on our calls.
Pity we didn't take that hot and put it into.
Yeah, but even Paul, I went and looked. I reviewed the game footage, and even Paul went hot on those companies. So he can still claim it.
Paul, you can claim it, but we didn't invest in it.
We didn't buy any, though, must be said.
No.
So we weren't hot enough.
58% return. We could do with that in the portfolio right now.
Absolutely, but it is looking a little bit too hot.
So you've missed the boat.
I don't know. I mean, again, it is a fantastic business. It is more expensive compared to the other construction plays, but again, good cash generation, good ROEs from the business. Also a low gearing, which is nice. But yeah, I suppose their standout operation is definitely their materials business. So it's the crushed aggregate. They get far better margins than traditional construction. So I think their operating margins sitting about 17% at the moment. So you can just see. I mean, it makes.
And do they have a strong annuity element?
Again, it's always going to be a problem with all construction companies. But again, I mean, that's why we look at the forward order book. And I mean, their order book is still looking pretty healthy. I mean, they've got 8.7 billion on the order book, and interestingly, about a quarter of that is going to be from Africa. So one of their strategies is to push into Africa and go and build some infrastructure.
And look, demand supply when it comes to Africa and infrastructure, you're not going to go wrong if you are first to market.
Unless, yeah, you're not going to go wrong with the demand, definitely.
Some of the roads
unless you don't get paid.
It's the implementation, it's the payment, it's things like when you're operating in Zambia and you have to link yourself to sort of hyperinflation and things. So
some of those road projects, though, in countries are aid funded, so that can be a benefit. But on the materials handling thing, they bought a business called Tosis, which was the part owned by Sasol and Total. It was the company which manufactures bitumen or tar for the roads. And I don't know if you remember 3 or 4 years ago, there were roads that weren't being completed in the Gauteng Freeway Improvement Project because there was a shortage of tar, and that was because that one plant, which is like a key plant in the whole country, was down. It basically uses crude oil tars from Natref in Sasolburg. So that kind of business to add to their existing road franchise has been pretty successful.
Well, good looking share price graph. As you say, Gary, it's expensive now. So are you going to call it hot or not?
Yeah, expensive for construction. But yeah, I think if I have to find one hot in the sector, I think Raubex, just because of their strong cash generation, would probably take it over WBO at the moment.
So you're going to stick with your hot?
I'm going to stick with the hot for now, and let's see if we can ride the momentum a little higher.
Well,
I don't know quite what to think, because traditionally
now that
we
is
thought
unusual.
that was unusual that they had like these great margins. But they did a management transition. Rudolf Fourie is the new CEO. He seems to be doing very well. He came up from one of the divisions. But you know what? I don't feel all that inspired right now about the value that the market is going to accord to these kinds of stocks in this kind of environment with this ambivalent view about confidence levels and future spending. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to go not hot.
You're going not. There's nothing that can convince you to call any of these stocks hot.
Unfortunately not.